It's like, what is the motivation? Why does she do this? You know, I mean, is she just evil? Is she lonely? I don't know. She catfished us all with this male character named Sam. But Sam always had like a very strong female character.
He wanted her to come and stay with me. He wanted me to physically take care of her because she just had surgery.
So she came and she moved in with you?
From Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It is Tuesday, September 14th. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I have some random news for you, and it is involving Meri Brown and LuLaRoe and this absolutely ridiculously addictive and super good docu-series that you guys need to watch called LuLaRich, which is on Amazon Prime. It came out on September 10th. It's only been out for 4 days. It's already #1 in the United States. Everyone is talking about it, and I don't know that I'm going to do like a full breakdown of the whole docu-series because I feel like it does a really good job of explaining all of the intricacies of LuLaRoe. And we have talked about my disdain for LuLaRoe for years on this channel, and one of the reasons why I have called out Meri Brown in the past is her involvement in this group. Meri Brown's LuLaRoe business is a huge part of her social media platform. Meri Brown from Sister Wives, who has a large social media presence and has been on reality television for more than a decade, has been able to become one of the top retailers or sellers at LuLaRoe. And as a result of that, she actively uses her social media on a daily basis to not only sell her products, which is the clothes, but also to recruit new people into a pyramid scheme. Now, okay, technically they haven't been sued yet, or they haven't actually been like arrested, and there hasn't been indictments and, you know, that kind of stuff. But the state of Washington did sue Deanne and Mark Stidham and LuLaRoe for running an illegal, and that actually did settle. And part of the reason why it was sued, they were sued for running the scheme, was that the way that it was structured is that people were making all of their money on recruiting and on bringing people in and buying wholesale, and then they weren't making money on actually selling the products. More of their monies were coming from bonuses than actually from retail sales. So they settled there. There's been over 50 lawsuits that have been filed against LuLaRoe for a variety of different things, from class action lawsuits of like retailers that say they were defrauded. There has been a lawsuit for sales tax because of the way that they charge sales tax. For instance, I live in a state where there is not sales tax for clothing, but the way that they sold their clothes a couple years ago, they were charging sales tax flat no matter where you live. And so I still to this day remember paying sales tax for a pair of leggings. And I still was like, this is weird, because clothes in Minnesota, there's no sales tax. So they have that. There's multiple lawsuits related to sales tax in multiple states. There's also a huge lawsuit for $49 million, which involves one of their vendors that they purchased all of their leggings, that made all of their leggings from, and My Dyer. And that lawsuit has been going on for years. The company is countersuing them. It's kind of like he said, she said, he said. And in the original lawsuit, Mark was basically accused of starting all of these like shell companies to hide assets on the heels of litigation. This company took the world by storm in like 2014, 15, 16 was like the peak. 17 is when it kind of started falling apart. And Meri Brown has been an active part of LuLaRoe for years. And Meri recently went to Cancun for her LuLaRoe convention. And my concern here is that, given all of everything that's come out, specifically about the cult-like mentality of this of the culture of this company, like how they treat women, they want them to look a certain way. That came out, like they want to make them blonde and weigh a certain size and have specific clothes that they wear and how they have to think and how they have to feel, and this random book that they make them read about being feminine and how to attract men and getting down on your knees and making sure your husband is satisfied, kind of like Joyfully Available. But Meri has a lot of success, and I realized that she was one of the top qualifiers for this recent trip to Cancun. So she is, according to estimates by LuLaRoe for qualifications, selling on average more than $50,000 a month retail on clothes. That's nuts. That's wild. And she has this huge following that will buy from her regardless because of her time on the show. So there has been a mass exodus of retailers. They, at one peak, I think had like 60 or 70, maybe 80,000 people that were onboarded. Now it's less than like 20,000 total, and I don't think all of those people are active. So Meri was recently on her Instagram, and she posted her living her why, and she was actually thanking Deanne Stidham, who is the founder of LuLaRoe. So this is what she shared. She said, "Last week, I had the opportunity to go to Cancun and spend an amazing 5 days with friends, old and new, creating memories and living my best life. When I started my LuLaRoe business 5 years ago, I was in an emotional place where I needed to get out of my head and out on my own and find opportunities to serve and to open myself up to personal growth. Little did I know that I would end up finding myself in a way I didn't expect, let alone finding lifelong friends along the way. The people I've met, both within the sisterhood of our retailer community and in my personal community of friends and LuLaRoe lovers, have enriched my life by bringing happiness on sad days, kindness and compassion when I needed it, encouragement, wisdom, and friendship. I can only hope I've had something to offer them as well. I feel blessed and honored to be part of a group of people dedicated to kindness, inclusivity, lifting each other up, and being a shining light. Thank you, Deanne, for your vision, your dedication, your kindness, and for working to create a space where all are welcome and all are important. A space where we can not only dream, but have an opportunity to work and watch those dreams start to take shape. I am forever grateful for the last 5 years of my life, the friends and the teammates I have met along the way, and looking forward to what lies ahead, the people I will meet, the lives that may be changed, and the friendships that will be created." And then it says, "Living my why," which is like one of their taglines. So she's actively recruiting people to this cult through this group, basically saying like, I have all of this to thank because of LuLaRoe. The thing is that she got into this 5 years ago when it was still relatively newish, and she also has a massive social media following. So Meri's ability to make so much money is not typical. Now, if she's pulling in $50,000 in retail sales, I asked some people that were former retailers what they would expect Meri to be taking home with all said and done. The estimates were ranging anywhere from like $10,000 to $15,000 a month with everything, including bonuses. But again, it's hard to say what her actual fees are and how much of a downline she is. But needless to say, based on her sales alone, she's pulling in likely 6 figures a year from LuLaRoe, which is not normal because most people in this group and within this company make no money at all. In fact, most people that go into LuLaRoe will never make a dime. 100 women have actually declared bankruptcy because of this company. They are facing, again, 50 lawsuits. They have been accused of being a pyramid scheme. And the sad thing is that Meri is using her platform to not only sell the clothes, but also to prey on people to come into her downline. And if you're wondering if it worked for Meri to post this sort of sob story about how sad and lost and lonely she was, because she's really playing on that catfish moment, it works. Because underneath her comments it was filled with, "Do you have a website? What's LuLaRoe? Can anyone do it? It's a clothing company. And yes, what's your website for clothes? How does one get started on this journey?" So every time she posts something like that with a fancy quote or with these cute little encouraging things that she posts, and she has her hashtags that say, "Living my why, because I can, love what I do, love who I am, LuLaRoe, retailer, LuLaRoe for life." This is all for her business. This is not about her feeling sorry for herself. It's for her to recruit more people so that she can make more money, not only for LuLaRoe, but also for herself. And the sad thing is that the people that are going to come in are going to be told that they're not working the business correctly or they're not doing enough, not realizing that the market is oversaturated. The company has a terrible reputation, that most people wouldn't want to get involved in this culture if they knew the amount of lawsuits that have been faced by this company, the fraud allegations that have been come up, all of the information that has come out from the lawsuit where the state of Washington sued them, all of the lawsuits with fraud, and all of the, excess that the Stidhams have had around them at the backs and at the loss of thousands of people that have lost money as a result of their involvement in this company. So before you see something like Meri and feel inspired and feel sweet, check her hashtags and see what she's doing this for. What's the purpose? How many times is Meri posting something that's emotionally charged that has her hashtags about LuLaRoe? There's one about her checking in on vacation. Remember that really brave post that we gave her, for her, that we said, oh, she's so brave because she's getting rid of people that don't like that she's being manipulated by? That was for LuLaRoe. It says LuLaRoe retailer, living my why. So a lot of this stuff that we always feel like is directed at Cody, I'm starting to realize is likely part of her involvement in this cult of LuLaRoe. And does it make you feel weird to know that given everything that's come out by LuLaRich, which, by the way, check it out, it's on Amazon Prime, do you feel comfortable knowing that someone in a position like Meri, who has all these followers on her Instagram, she has 558,000 followers, recruiting her into a company like this, does it change your opinion on her posts? Is she really talking about Cody? Or is she using a sob story and playing up her emotional response to people so that people will see what she's overcome and how far she's come and then want to be a part of what she's doing? Because every person that becomes a recruit that starts selling and buys clothes from her, she's putting more money in her pocket. And unfortunately, a lot of the people that she recruits will make no money, and basically it's just a siphon of a pyramid. Tell me your thoughts about this in the comments below. Bye guys.